Hello students, let's discuss the problems in exercise 1.1. The first problem is to find the value of given expressions using the properties that we have discussed. Consider this problem. You can see the first and last terms contains 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is common. So the first step is to write the first and last terms together. So you will obtain negative 2 by 3 times 3 by 5 minus, you have to write last term, so that is 3 by 5 times 1 by 6 plus 5 by 2. The terms are either separated by addition or subtraction. Okay, so from the first and second term you can take 3 by 5, so that is equal to 3 by 5 times negative 2 by 3 minus 1 by 6 plus 5 by 2. Then you have to do cross multiplication inside the bracket. So you will obtain 3 by 5 times negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 minus 3 times 1 3 divided by 18, 3 times 6 plus 5 by 2. So that is equal to 3 by 5 multiplied by negative and negative, so you have to add and put the same sign, so you will obtain negative 15 by 18 plus 5 by 2. Then you can cut 5 and 15, so you will obtain 1 and 3. Then similarly cancel 3 and 18, you will obtain 1 and 6. So you will obtain that is negative 3 by 1 times 6 is 6 plus 5 by 2. Then if the denominators are same, you can add the numerator. So 2, if you multiply 2 by 3, you will obtain 6. So multiply the second fraction by 3, that is going to be equal to negative 3 by 6 plus 15 by 6. Then you can add the numerators. So you will obtain negative 3 plus 15 by 6, which is equal to 12 by 6, and 12 by 6 is 2. So the value of this expression is 2. Now we can move on to the second problem. This problem also we have to find the value. So you can see 2 by 5 is common in the first and last two terms, so you have to write them together. So you will obtain 2 by 5 times negative 3 by 7 plus 1 by 14 times 2 by 5 minus 1 by 6 times 3 by 2. Then take 2 by 5 outside. So that is equal to 2 by 5 times negative 3 by 7 plus 1 by 14, then minus 1 by 6 multiplied by 3 by 2. So we know that if denominators are same, then you can add the numerator. So multiply negative 3 by 7 by 2, so that denominator becomes 14. So this is equal to 2 by 5 times negative 6 plus 1 divided by 14 minus 1 by 6 times 3 by 2. So that is equal to 2 by 5 times negative 5 by 14 minus 1 by 6 times 3 by 2. Then you can cancel 5. So that is 1. Then 2 and 14. So 1 and 7. 6 and 3. 2 and 1. So that is equal to 1 times negative 1. Negative 1 by 1 times 7. 7. So negative 1 by 7 minus 1 by 2 times 2 4. Then you can cross multiply. Okay, so you will obtain negative 4 minus 7 by 28 and negative 4 negative 7. So you have to add and put the same sign. So you will obtain negative 11 by 28. We cannot simplify this further. Okay, so this is the required answer. Now we can move on to the second problem. Write the additive inverse of given rational number. So in order to write additive inverse, you have to change sign of given numbers. If it is positive, you have to write that as negative. If it is negative, you have to write that as positive. In case of 2 by 8, its additive inverse is negative 2 by 8. If you consider negative 5 by 9, its additive inverse will be 5 by 9. Then negative 6 by negative 5 can be written as 6 by 5. So its additive inverse will be negative 6 by 5. And 2 by negative 9 is same as negative 2 by 9. So its additive inverse will be positive 2 by 9. And in the last case, you can see that is same as negative 19 by 6. So its additive inverse will be 19 by 6. Okay, so this is how we find additive inverse. You have to change its sign. Now we can move on to the third problem. Verify that negative of negative x equal to x for the given value of x. The first value is x equal to 11 by 15. Here we have to use the concept of additive inverse. We know that 11 by 15 plus negative 11 by 15 equals 0. So in this case we can say the additive inverse of 11 by 15. 11 by 15 is the given rational number. So the additive inverse of 11 by 15 is negative 11 by 15 because their sum is 0. So the additive inverse can be represented using negative symbol. So this is equal to negative of 11 by 15 equals negative 11 by 15. So we can replace these numbers using x. So x is given as 11 by 15. So this is same as negative x equal to negative 11 by 15. Now we have to take one more negative. That means we know that negative 11 by 15 plus 11 by 15 equals 0. So in this case we can say the additive inverse of negative 11 by 15. So here we can say that an additive inverse of negative 11 by 15 is 11 by 15. Okay, so we can write this as negative of, inside the bracket, negative 11 by 15 equals 11 by 15. So you know that negative of negative 11 by 15 is same as negative x. So that is equal to 11 by 15 is x. So you will obtain negative of negative x equal to x. So this is verified in this case. Then consider the other problem. So we have to verify the same thing for x equal to negative 13 by 7. So here we know that negative 13 by 17 plus 13 by 17 equal to 0. So similarly here we can say the additive inverse of negative 13 by 17, that is the given rational number. So the additive inverse of negative 13 by 17 is 13 by 17. That means we can write this using negative as negative of, that is same as negative of negative 13 by 17 equals 13 by 17. Okay, so negative 13 by 17 is same as x. So that is equal to negative x equals 13 by 17. Then you have to find the additive inverse of 13 by 17. So we know that 13 by 17 plus negative 13 by 17 is 0. So here we can say the additive inverse of 13 by 17 is negative 13 by 17. So the additive inverse of 13 by 17 is negative 13 by 17. So we can write this as negative of 13 by 17 equals negative 13 by 17. And 13 by 17 is same as negative x. So that is equal to negative of, you can replace 13 by 17 by negative x. So negative of negative x equals negative 13 by 17 is given as x. So negative of negative x is equal to x. So this is verified. Now we can move on to the fourth problem. Find the multiplicative inverse of given rational numbers. In order to find multiplicative inverse, you have to interchange the numerator and denominator. So negative 13 can be written as negative 13 by 1. So you have to switch the numerator and denominator. So we will obtain negative 1 by 13, that is the multiplicative inverse. In next problem, negative 13 by 19, its multiplicative inverse will be negative 19 by 13, and in the next case its multiplicative inverse is 5 by 1, that is same as 5. Then in the fourth problem you have to multiply the numerators and denominators. So you will obtain 15 by 56. 8 times 7 is 56. Then change the numerator and denominator. So we will obtain 56 by 15. So that will be the multiplicative inverse. In the next problem, similarly multiply the numerator and denominator. So we will obtain 2 by 5. So its multiplicative inverse will be 5 by 2. And in next case, negative 1 can be written as negative 1 by 1. So its multiplicative inverse is same as 1 by negative 1, that is equal to negative 1. So this is how we find multiplicative inverse. Next one is name the given properties. So first problem, you can see negative 4 by 5 times 1 equals 1 times negative 4 by 5 equals negative 4 by 5. So 1 is multiplied, the operation is multiplication, and 1 is multiplied. So 1 multiplied by any number equals that number. So this property is role of 1, or we can say multiplicative identity property. Okay, so this property is multiplicative identity. Okay, then look at the second problem. In the second problem, you can see the numbers are same, but their order is changed. Okay, so if you change the order of numbers, that property is commutative property. So commutative property is true in case of addition and multiplication. So this is the commutative property of multiplication. And in the next problem, you can see two numbers are multiplied and you have obtained 1. So that should be multiplicative inverse property, because the operation is multiplication, and if you multiply two numbers and if you obtain 1, that should be inverse. Okay, so multiplicative inverse. Now we can move on to sixth problem. Multiply 6 by 13 by the reciprocal of negative 7 by 16. So here you have to find 6 by 13 times reciprocal of negative 7 by 16. So reciprocal means you have to interchange the numerator and denominator, that is equal to 6 by 13 multiplied by 16 by 7, negative 7. You can take that negative to the numerator, then multiply 6 and 16. So that is equal to negative 6 multiplied by 16 divided by 13 times 7. So you have to put that negative sign, so which is equal to negative 6 times 16 is 96 and 13 times 7 is 91. So the answer is negative 96 by 91. The seventh problem is, tell what property allows you to compute the given product as the other one. Okay, that means 1 by 3 times 6 times 4 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 times 6 multiplied by 4 by 3. So these products are equal, that is given. So you can see the numbers are arranged in the same order, but their grouping is changed. Okay, so this property should be associative property. If the grouping is changed, then that property is called associative property. We can say associative property of multiplication. Then next problem is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of negative 1 and 1/8? In order to verify this, we have to show their product is 1. Okay, if the product is 1, we can say they are multiplicative inverse. So first you have to rewrite negative 1 and 1 by 8 as negative 1 times 8 plus 1 by 8. Okay, write that as improper fraction. So that is equal to negative 9 by 8. Then you have to multiply 8 by 9 by this number, negative 9 by 8. You can see their product is, if you cancel, you will obtain negative 1. Okay, so this is not equal to 1. That means they are not multiplicative inverse. So we can say 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of negative 9 by 8. That is same as negative 1 and 1/8. Okay, so 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of negative 1 and 1/8. We can move on to the ninth problem. Is 0.9 the multiplicative inverse of 3 and 1/3? Why or why not? Here also you have to check whether the product is 1 or not. So you can write 3 and 1/3 as 3 times 3 plus 1 divided by 3. You have to write the mixed number as improper fraction. So you will obtain 9 plus 1, so 10 by 3. Then 0.3 can be written as 3 by 10, because we have only one decimal place. So one decimal place means you have to divide that by 10. So 3 by 10. Then you have to check whether their product is 1. So 0.3 multiplied by 3 and 1/3, which is equal to 3 by 10 multiplied by 10 by 3. So you can see if you cancel these, you will obtain 1. Okay, so 1, that means their product is 1. So we can say 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of the mixed number 3 and 1/3. So 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse because their product is 1. This is how we show this kind of problems. The 10th problem is, write the first one, a rational number that does not have a reciprocal. So a rational number with no reciprocal, that rational number should be 0, because if you take 0, its reciprocal is 1 by 0. Okay, so 0 is the answer. The reason is 1 by 0, its reciprocal will be 1 by 0, so that is undefined. Any number divided by 0 is undefined, so the reciprocal does not exist. Then second one, rational numbers equal to the reciprocal, so evidently that will be equal to 1 and -1 because the reciprocals are 1 and -1 respectively. Then in the third case you have to write rational number that is equal to its negative, so that is 0. Rational number its negative means additive inverse, so -0, the additive inverse of 0 is -0 and it is equal to 0. Okay, so these are the answers. Then the last problem is fill in the blanks. So the first one is 0 has dash reciprocal. From the last problem we know that 0 has no reciprocal because 1 by 0 is undefined. Okay, so 0 has no reciprocal. Then the number dash and dash are their own reciprocal, so they are 1 and -1. Okay, so the numbers 1 and -1 are their own reciprocals. Then next problem, the reciprocal of -5 is -1 by 5. You have to interchange numerator and denominator. Then next one, reciprocal of 1 by x is x. Then the fifth one is product of two rational number is always a rational number. That is the closure property. Sum, product, difference and quotient, they are also rational numbers. Okay, then the last problem is the reciprocal of a positive rational number. If you consider the positive rational number, you can take any positive rational number to verify this. Okay, so if you take 5 by 7, that is a positive rational number, so its reciprocal is 7 by 5 and we know that 7 by 5 is also positive. Hence reciprocal of a positive rational number is always positive. Hope you understood this. Thank you. See you on next video.